y'all. Made it to a 369. That's really cool because that's all three levels of creation, you know, creating for me, creating for we, and creating for society. We love it here. So we're on this day of six. Six is the number of equality. You know, this is the number of harvest. Six deals with Virgo energy. It also deals with Tipper. So whether you go for the Virgo or Leo energy, let's talk about it. So, in the Virgo realm of things, we're talking about our health, wellness, daily routine, our moral and integral code, how we listen, how we speak, how we teach, how we learn. Scheduling and managing ourselves is definitely big keys here on the day of six, right? Six also deals with the confidence and courageousness of Leo, being creative and being tapped into your inner child. So finding that sense of management for your inner child energy, your romantic self, all the different things, and also managing and setting stone your moral and integral code for your with confidence and courageousness are keys too. And we talked about that yesterday in yesterday's mathematics when I said your goals for today was to write down your 10 aura rules. Like how we have class rules, I want you to write down 10 rules when someone's entering your energy. You know what I'm saying? So in this space and time, you know, this is another day to go ahead and organize that, write that down, you know, that moral and integral code of what you're willing to accept in your space. So that's what we have on the sixth space of equality, harvesting. What we put in is what we're gonna get out because that's the magic with creation, right? That's how that law of nature works. We're gonna take that day of six, the day of Tippereth, you know, the day of Virgo energy, confidence and courageousness, and we're going to put that into the month of three. This is the month of understanding. This is the month of creation, expression, emotions. It's heavy here. Three is Saturn energy. That's Bina. You know, understanding our knowledge and wisdom. Three also deals with Gemini energy, community and communication. You know, being traveling like traveling like intercity type thing, but also dealing with people in your network like siblings and aunts and uncles, grandparents, people you went to school with, etc., etc. Also learning how to be adaptable and flexible while still having a focus and a sense of groundedness. All on the threes, y'all. So we're going to take this day of six, we're going to put it into the month of three, and that's going to bring us to nine. So we get our first nine today. All right. So of course we're going to create, we're going to give birth to it. Nine is the number of born in supreme mathematics. Nine also deals with the Assad, that's Cancer energy. That's ruling over the divine womb in the tree of life or the Sephiros, right? Your nurturing self, you know, comfort self. Nine also deals with Jupiter. That's the Sagittarius house of being expanded, being, you know, optimistic, you know what I'm saying? Generous, you know, the humanitarian route, building a utopia. This is all nine energy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all in all, we're dealing with that divine womb giving birth to something, whether through Yesod, Supreme Mathematics, or Sagittarius energy. We're dealing with the sacral chakra, the space of joy, and your sensual, sexual, creative self, right? So we're going to take that nine and we're going to put it into the year nine. Because, of course, we want to manifest this nine that we just created with the three and six, right? And so we're saying, hey, we're ready to manifest today. We want to create some things into our space. This is what we want. This is what we need. Today's a great day for tapping into the Oracle and Sage energy. We've been reading Sefer Yetzirah for the past like 2 days or so, 2, 3 days. We've been reading Sefer Yetzirah. Right now, we're in the Kaplan version. So this is a great time to like, you know, tap into my book club. But you know, really utilize that type of energy of, yeah, you know, we're ready to give birth to the things that we've been working on, that we've been building up on, that, you know, we've been designing in our space, that we've been labeling and organizing. Remember, this day starts on a six. So we've been, you know, labeling, organizing, managing, manifesting, invoking things into our space. You know what I'm saying? So of course we want to give birth to this, right? So, you know, the thing with putting things into the nine, which we realize is that the universe gives us what we put into it right back, but it's going to give it to us in bite sized pieces. So we gave them the whole nine, like, this is what I want. And the universe is like, okay, cool. I'm going to give you a one and eight back. It's still the nine, but I want to give it back to you in smaller pieces so that you can have, you know, that sense of understanding. I didn't really mean to use understanding in the mathematics, but you get what I'm saying. But the nine we get back comes back in a one and eight. So that's having one and eight is cool because one and eight is like the external and internal side of the solar plexus chakra. One being Aries, Ogun energy. This is the gut that controls the mind, and everything starts with a thought. This is taking an action initiative, that leader cardinal energy, right? Peace Anti-Hero. If you would like a reading, just message me. I do consultations depending on what kind of reading that you like. If you just want a tarot spread, it's $11. If you want your name and a numerology reading with the tarot spread, it's 22, and that comes to you in a PowerPoint and pictures and stuff like that that I send to you either in an email or a social media platform that allows that kind of communication. So that way you can listen to it over and over again. You know what I'm saying? It's yours. But yeah, so we have this 1 and 8, so we're taking action. We're listening to our solar plexus chakra. So while we're trying to give birth to this 9 and to the cosmos is coming back and saying, work on your confidence, work on enforcing that internal law that you created yesterday when you guys were here on the day of 5, right? Work on, how you enforce your internal law, what your internal law is. Work on listening to your gut. Work on the transformations in your space. Work on empowering yourself. That's what the universe is saying. If you want to give birth to this 9, focus on your solar plexus chakra. And as we focus on our solar plexus chakra, then we come back into the 9, right? So today is a great day of 9. We deal with 3 9s today. So it's a heavy day for manifestation, creation, giving birth to things, tapping in our sacral chakra, dealing with the wisdom of the oracle and the sages, creating a sense of utopia, engaging in our humanitarian pursuits. And it's so dope that this is happening on a Thursday, which is ruled by the 9. It's in alignment with Sagittarius energy. So get into it. You know what I'm saying? So 3, 6, and 9 is bringing us to 3 9s, and we in the day of 9 on a Thursday, and we love it here, right? Hey, Toxin. Peace, peace. Hey, Timothy. Thank you for the compliment. Um, I'm talking about today's math. And now we're about to get into the astrological astronomical report. Peace, Izzy. Thank you to those over there on TikTok tapping in, liking the screen, joining. Please share, please follow, all that. I do this every day, y'all. So getting into the astrological astronomical report, we start the day off with a 44% waxing crescent moon. Now remember, I start this at midnight. So usually I do the mathematics at midnight. My sleeping schedule is starting to do a little shift on me. So, I'm rolling with the punches. Moon rising at 10:10 a.m. and setting at 1:14 a.m. Tropically and draconic, so our mind and soul are in alignment in that Gemini energy. Our mindset is really on community, communication, being adaptable and flexible, while also having a sense of focus and discipline, hopefully. Otherwise, you guys have that overactive Gemini energy and you guys are all over the place. But the goal is to find a sense of groundedness amongst all those thoughts. You can do anything, but if you have an order of operation and a sense of, like, formation and things like that, that makes it a whole lot easier to give birth to the things you're trying to give birth to today. Ashe? Okay. In our energy exchanges with the moon, our nurturing and comfort self is over there in Taurus, finding that balance between the material and spiritual world, the physical and non-physical, the material and the emotional, the tangible and intangible, because Taurus energy deals with business and wealth, but it also deals with love, facets of love and forgiveness and romance, spaces of beauty, what you value and what you prioritize is really heavy here on the Taurus energy. The moon is sitting over there in the 7th house. This is the house of interpersonal relationships, bonds, and contracts. Your word is your bond today. Whether you're in that mind or a body of, manifesting that community that you want to have, that sense of flexibility, and stuff like that, the intellectual space of Gemini, or if you're in those energy exchanges of beauty and wealth and value and love. You know what I'm saying? Either way, we want to engage in interpersonal relationships. Power couples is definitely on the forefront today. Intellectual, finding partners in your space to engage in intellectual pursuits, intellectual conversations, dialogues, and energy exchanges. Having people to talk to about business is a big thing for here too. If you guys are in a romantic relationship, you might want to or desire a need for an intellectual conversation, a business oriented conversation, something that you prioritize or you value. Um, you know, and that's what we have there happening with the moon. When we get into the actual like nakshatra that the moon is around, it being over there at 14 degrees Taurus, we have moved on to the next nakshatra. I'm trying to give space for my page to load. And while doing so, we could talk about the sun because I'm gonna just get in both nakshatras at the same time. But the sunrise this morning, if you're over here on the East Coast in Jersey with me, the sunrise was at 6:24 a.m. and it's going to set at 5:57 p.m. this evening. In our mind and in our soul, that tropical and draconic chart are in alignment in Pisces energy. So we're still in that space of believing, where deceit is also heavy here too. We're actually at a 15 degree, 1 and 5, having knowledge of that solar plexus chakra, because 5 deals with Hera Kahuti in the tree of life. This is Ogun energy. This is the celestial enforcer here on the 5. So having intellect on that 5, taking action on that 5, because 1 also deals with Aries energy, and at 1 and 5 come into 6. That's bringing us back into yesterday when we were on that. Oh, well, today we're on a day of 6. So the sun is in divine alignment, and it's telling you like a lot of that organization and harvesting and things of that nature that we need to get into is in alignment with our beliefs. What do we believe in? Some of the things are illusions, they were given to us in the realms of deceit or trying to control us, our behavior, how we go about doing things and stuff like that. Also, Pisces get into the Akashic records, your soul contract, your soul being, which will bring you into the 3 6s and the 3 9s that we experience today. Really tapping into your spiritual self and having that balance between the spiritual and material world are definitely two really big keys for today, between the sun's experiences that it's going to give you at that 15-degree Pisces and today's mathematics. Um, I finally had the page pull up, so we're going to chat about it. Uh, la la la. So coming back up into the nakshatra that the moon is in. Doo-doo-doo. We're not there yet because we're at 14 degrees. Yes, we're in the Rohini nakshatra. This is the 4th nakshatra in Vedic astrology. It spans from 10 degrees to 23 degrees Taurus, and right now we're in 14 degrees in the 7th house of balance, fairness, harmony, truth, righteousness, bonds, and contracts, interpersonal relationships. We love it here. This nakshatra is deeply connected to nurturing, creativity, growth, and beauty. It's making it a particular significant point to discuss that when the moon transits it, Rohini is ruled by the moon itself and symbolized by the chariot. And this represents movement, progress, and the journey towards growth and fulfillment. That 1 and 8 that we got back from the 9, right? Um, mm-mm. So the symbol is a chariot or sometimes a cart. It represents movement, progress, and a journey towards fulfillment, both materially and emotionally. That's the energy of the Taurus. The chariot also signifies the ability to move forward and overcome obstacles in life. The deity of this energy is Brahma, the creator god. Brahma is associated with the creation of life, fertility, and the manifestation of new possibilities. Rohini, as its favorite star, is linked to growth, creation, and development. The moon rules over the Rohini, making it especially potent when the moon transits here. The moon, representing emotions, intuition, and the mind, is comfortable in Rohini, which enhances its natural nurturing, emotional sensitivity, and connection to the subconscious. With the moon as the ruler, Rohini brings a sense of emotional fulfillment, creativity, and growth. And it aligns with the moon's ability to nourish and develop its surroundings. So, some positive traits about this energy, of course, is nurturing and abundant energy, growth, fertility, and creativity. People or situations connected to this nakshatra tend to be sensual, beautiful, and connected with Earth's abundance. So cool to y'all if y'all come across somebody who has a Taurus moon in these particular degrees. It's a, divine alignment, of course. Rohini brings a sense of emotional fulfillment, creativity, and growth. Um, so getting into when the moon transits here, it amplifies your emotional sensitivity and the desire for comfort, security, and nurturing. It is a time for people to focus on what makes them feel emotionally secure, whether it's through relationships, creative pursuits, or material possessions. There may be a need to feel deeply connected to people or things that provide stability and support, creativity, and growth. The moon's passage through Rohini enhances creative expression. Artists, writers, and other creative individuals may feel an influx of inspiration or the need to create something that nurtures the soul. The transit often increases the desire for sensual pleasure, whether through food, touch, or beauty, as Rohini has a connection to the physical senses. People may feel the urge to indulge in comforts and experiences that make them feel good, feel loved, pampered, and emotionally fulfilled. So the moon here is a good time to focus on emotional connections and nurturing relationships. This could involve creating more security in personal life or exploring more creative avenues. And if you're working on creative projects, this transit is ideal for bringing things into fruition or focusing on nurturing your ideas to allow them to grow. It's also a good period for healing and renewing your emotional life. Now, as far as the sun being in Peace, Greg. I'm alright. How you doing, love? I'm dealing with my intense emotions. I woke up feeling intense. I just knew I was gonna wake up without an alarm clock today, and I was happy about it, like finally. And then I still woke up to a phone call, but I'm not mad about it. It's okay. Eventually, I'm going to wake up when I want to. Just one time. Let me get one time before I go back into the work hamster wheel. Um, so we're at that 21 degree in Aquarius, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that heavy because that's us entering a new nakshatra today. Because we've been in the Sadabisha nakshatra for a few days now, like a couple weeks, right? And so now that we've entered in this new one, I really want to chat with you guys about it. So, excuse me as I scroll down my infinite document. Excuse me. Okay, so here we are. We're in the Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. There we go. You finished a new song? Awesome. That's where I need to get to. My mind won't let me go there yet. I'm just all in business and stuff that needs to get done, and organizing and business stuff that needs to get done. I haven't been in the creative spirit in a while. Um, but this is the 25th nakshatra in Vedic astrology, spanning from 20 degrees Aquarius to 3 degrees Pisces. So we're here for a couple weeks, y'all. It's ruled by Jupiter, and its presiding deities are Aja Ekapada, a form of Lord Shiva symbolizing spiritual power, transformative energy, and longevity. The symbol associated with Purva Bhadrapada is a two-faced man, which reflects a dual nature and ability to perceive both material and spiritual dimensions of life. While the moon is in this nakshatra, the emotional themes are linked to spiritual transformation and philosophical pursuits and introspection. Below are some key facts, and get into those. Um, it's a blend of energies of both signs, which is Aquarius and Pisces. You know, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn slash Uranus, while Pisces is ruled by Neptune, right? And Saturn represents innovation, humanitarianism, and independence, while Pisces also ruled by Jupiter. So in Vedic astrology, we don't get into like Neptune and Uranus because they haven't been discovered yet. So we're here with Saturn and Jupiter, which represents spirituality, intuition, and compassion. Um, this nakshatra is actually ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of wisdom, philosophy, spirituality, and expansion. And Jupiter brings a broad, optimistic, and philosophical outlook to the nakshatras, and encouraging deep exploration of life's meaning and higher knowledge. The symbol is the two-faced man, or a man holding a sword, signifying a dual nature and ability to perceive both material and spiritual aspects of existence. The duality inherent in the symbol suggests that an emotional experience of individuals under this nakshatra can be complex, often navigating between worldly desires and higher spiritual aspirations. So sometimes those like material things that you have in your space that you prioritize is definitely a representation of where you're at spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. So if you don't like some of the material things and some of the material human experiences and energy exchanges, you want to go back and fine tune. Like we talked about yesterday, it's time for you to have a list of at least 10 oral rules, like you have classroom rules. What are your aura rules? What are the 10 rules that are non-negotiable? We don't flex on these. Now other rules you may have, you might want to flex on or whatever, but you should have at least 10. You're such an infinite being. You can't find 10 rules that people have to abide by if they're going to be in your space. That's crazy. And make each rule like one sentence. That way you can spread it to 10 if you really can't think about it. Otherwise, you gotta need to work on your boundaries. Go back down to that root chakra, cause baby, you just letting anybody and everybody in your space do whatever they want, huh? The presiding deity Aja Ekapada is a form of Lord Shiva that represents transformation, purification, and cosmic power. This association enhances the spiritual nature of Purva Bhadrapada with a strong focus on inner growth, renunciation, and breaking free from material attachments. This deity's influence suggests that the moon's placement here can foster an emotional journey of profound spiritual evolution and self-realization. So those are the energies that the sun and moon is in for us, giving us a balance of spiritual and material realm on both whether you're talking about the moon over there in Taurus constellation, or the sun over here in this nakshatra. Okay, so moving forward, the moon and Jupiter are actually in minimal angle today at 5:39 a.m. This happened. The moon was 4.6 degrees north, conjunction at 6:19 a.m. The moon was 4.6 degrees north, and we were able to observe that at 12:49 a.m. with a 5.9 degree northwest separation. So the moon is also giving us that expansion, that abundance, that divine spiritual wisdom, right? The moon, Jupiter, on this day of 3 9s, on a day of 369, on a Thursday, with the moon sitting in that Taurus constellation, giving us the balance of material and spiritual, with the sun sitting over there in that degree of Pisces constellation that's ruled by Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter is on the forefront today, y'all. If you guys aren't tuned into the joy, earlier today, I had to fine tune myself too. Take a breath, do some affirmations, hop on here, just fine tune my energy. And I'll be doing it throughout the day because, for every energy, there's an equal opposite energy. So while you're fighting to tap into all these energies, there's definitely going to be equal opposite energies that are going to try to pull you off of your path. Let's not fall for that. You know what I'm saying? We know what the goal is. We know what the path is. We know that there's going to be things trying to push back on us to get us out of that. So we just keep moving forward, right? So the moon and Jupiter is giving us that big expanded spiritual knowledge, spiritual awareness. Check on those downloads, write them down, especially if some of them come to you in the form of prophecies, how things are going to flow and work out and move forward. Because remember, we start this day on the number of 6, which deals with Virgo energy, scheduling, you know what I'm saying? Um, Scheduling and managing. So we might get a little bit of a timeline here, okay? First quarter moon will be at 11:32 a.m. this morning. This moon is best visible after sunset. So when you get to the first quarter moon, we're getting out of that waxing crescent energy and we're moving towards the waxing gibbous energy, right? So we get out of building on intangible things. So this whole time we've been building on our mindset, our emotions, our routine, our behaviors, things that are unseen and unfelt, you know what I'm saying? But we know that they're there and they're existing and they're necessary. And so now we're during the first quarter space, we look back and we do some editing, you know what I'm saying? Again, tap into that 6, tap into that self-management, organization. Go to Jupiter energy that's aligned with the moon, that's aligned in these nakshatras right now, and say, hey, do I like the way these intangible things have been organized and managed? Do I need to do some editing? Do I need to do some building and transforming? You know what I'm saying? How is the 6 going into the 3 for me? What have I been giving birth to? Is that cool enough for me? You know what I'm saying? If you got to test drive it, put that 9 that you just created into the year of 9 and get back that 1 and 8. Do you feel it in your solar plexus chakra? Do you feel confident and courageous to enforce these things in your space, no matter who it is you're enforcing these things to? You know what I'm saying? That matters because I promise you, once you write those 10 laws down, you're putting it out into the universe, and guess what's going to come back? Equal opposite energy that's going to test those laws you created for yourself, those 10 commandments, those holy tablets you're writing out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So make sure it's something that you feel comfortable with, especially as we start to go into the waxing gibbous moon and we start to, build on what it is that, we want in our space. You know what I'm saying? Psyche enters Aquarius zodiac. So over here on the East Coast is 9:45 a.m. So we're not there yet. But this happens at 10:30, around 10:30 a.m. So we have the asteroid Psyche, pretty self-explanatory, working on your psyche and it's entering that new beginning phase. Aries also deals with that connection to the gut. So the gut that's controlling your mind, having your mind in alignment is definitely key here. How confident do you feel? How courageous do you feel? How motivated? How ambitious? Aggression and assertion is here too. And we read a really good book on how to be assertive, right? And I think we should go back to some of those principles. I think I took a screenshot of some of those things, and I'm going to make like a little image of it and post it so you guys can get back into the laws of assertiveness and stuff like that. And not just for you guys, for me too, learning how to stand your ground, especially when it comes to enforcing some of these laws that you guys are going to create for yourself today, right? Okay. And I'm going to do it too. So tonight, because we're going to change the time of the mathematics. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it with the 2 a.m.s that I've been doing. We might have to do like a 10 p.m., y'all. And that'll be cool because by the time we end, it might be like around midnight and y'all can just get into it with the hours. They told me to treat others how you want to be treated. So I used to give everyone a chance, but now I've learned boundaries need to be set. Absolutely. I definitely got into that too. I treat you how I want to be treated, and I know how I want to be treated, and sometimes that's giving people too much leeway, right? When you're a really nice person and you're like, I want to be treated like this, you know what I'm saying? Especially like, having you're a Sag. You have that Jupiter generous energy. Not everybody has that. Some people are stingy and selfish and off to themselves with their energy. They're not going to give that back to you. So, that overabundance, expansion, optimistic energy that, Sag, all fire signs seem to have. Just being mindful that everybody ain't a fire sign. Everybody ain't gonna give you back that experience. You know what I'm saying? But you know who to give it to. You know who to take it back from. Just to pre-game you guys, on the 9th, we have Lilith entering the Draconic Scorpio energy, so that's going to be fun. Also, the lunar eclipse is next week from the 13th to the 14th. This is the first total lunar eclipse since 2022, and it just so happens to also be during the worm moon, which is cool, because now we know that the soil is starting to loosen up for us. Hey, Kayshawn, missed you too. Missed you too. I'm gonna start doing these a little bit earlier. My sleep schedule is starting to switch up on me, just for now. And so, and it's crazy because I know as soon as I like say, all right, we're gonna do it at this time, my body's probably gonna switch up again. But Ramadan got me sleeping early. After I get done eating and stuff like that, I'm kind of ready to take it down. I ain't gonna hold you. Um, but yeah, so that's what we have with Psyche entering Aries zodiac energy. And that's what we have for the astrological astronomical report. So we can get into the calendar a little bit. I won't stay here too long because I went to sleep yesterday. I missed you guys for the hump day reading. So we're going to get into that today. Also, to remind you guys, on this day of 9, the letters for today are I and R. I deals with, I want to say, air, intellect. I was right because I'm getting better at this. And R deals with, no, I deals with water and R deals with air. So we have the intellect and the emotions in alignment today. You guys know we are in the month of Makir. We got 3 more days. The last day on here is the 9th as well. So once Lilith does this thing, we'll be entering in a new thematic month. This is represented by the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra. Protection from evil, while and fear. And we are in the month of Adar. We have officially entered the month of Strength. This is a space of joy and celebration. It's the month of Purim, which is the holiday that celebrates the salvation of the Jewish people from Haman's plot. It's a time of strength and deliverance, symbolizing the power and unity of faith in the face of adversity. That's fun. We are in the day of Yom Shemishi, which is the 5th day. On the 5th day, God created the creatures of the sea and the birds of the air. This is Genesis 1:20 to 23. It is a day associated with movement, life, and the creation of living beings. The 5th day symbolizes freedom, expression, and the divine spark of life. It is also associated with renewal and inspiration, as the animals that populate the earth are given the ability to move freely. So, life, movement, and inspiration are the key words here. The deity for today in Hindu religion is Lord Brihaspati. The planet is Jupiter. Lord Brihaspati is the guru of the gods and the deity of wisdom, knowledge, and education. Jupiter, the planet associated with wisdom, abundance, and divine grace, is closely related to Lord Brihaspati's qualities of righteousness and spiritual insight. So activities for today. Today is dedicated to seeking blessings for knowledge, spiritual progress, and wisdom, which is in divine alignment with the nakshatra that the sun and moon is in now. The moon being in alignment with Jupiter, and it being a day of 369, and us experiencing 3 9s today because it's a big day on Jupiter, y'all. So y'all tap into y'all Jupiter placements today and y'all Sagittarius placements today. That'll do you guys right. Um, it's considered an auspicious day for prayers and rituals related to learning, prosperity, and inner growth. People also observe fasting on Thursdays and may donate yellow colored items, which are associated with Jupiter energy. So that's there for those calendars. We also get into the planetary forecast. We are in the year of 9. This has been brought to us by 2025, Wisdom in Our Cipher and Wisdom in Our Power. Yeah, Greg makes great music. I knocked out early. I didn't even eat. Yeah, the last 2 days I've been going to sleep early and coming here midday to do the mathematics. I will say, like, it's not as much trolling at this hour, but it's not as much views either. So we are still in the energy of Osiris. We're here for a few more days. We exit the energy of Osiris on the 10th. Well, the 11th, we enter the next energy. But Osiris is strong leader, aggressive, selfish, honest, god of the underworld and resurrection, strong, intelligent, vulnerable, and independent. We have exited the energy of the wealth of Amber, and we have gone on to the next energy, which is family. Being human oriented, wanting to help everyone around you, solidarity, empathy, and harmony. Family will always be this native safe haven. And so that's the horoscope for West African, um, practice. The wolf is the Native American horoscope. This is on till 3/20, March 20th. This is the frog clan. Wolves are quick and elusive, great at adapting, and great willpower. Do not fall to influence. Wolves are omens and have great healing powers, good intuition, and bring sense of life and death. Ash is the Celtic or Druid horoscope, and that's until the 17th of this month. This is the Enchanter. The animal is seal, seahorse, seagull. Powerful imagination, intuitive, and spontaneous. These people tend to be observant and curious and still very reserved. And when they find their soulmate, they are givers. In the Chinese horoscope, we're in the energy of the wood snake, a period of transformation, creativity, wisdom, and unpredictability, flexibility and diplomacy, opportunities amongst the challenges, physical vitality, and passion. Am I back? Because I feel like I'm breaking up a lot. I need to stop playing around with my thumbs and just go ahead and invest into that Wi-Fi system. I'm gonna do that over the weekend. Just start investing in the things that I need to get. Because I've been so stuck on like holding on to my money for a vehicle that I'm not paying for different things that I kind of need right now. So I really want a car. These Ubers are beating my ass, bro. $2 a mile adds up, especially now that now all of a sudden everything is over 10 miles away. Like when do we get here? When was everything 10 miles away? That doesn't make sense. It's driving me nuts. But we're in the day of the sacral chakra. This is where our being is established. It's located below the navel, above the pubic bone. Generosity, luck, wisdom, pleasure seeking, joy expression. Um, yeah, the Ubers are beating my ass, and it's like I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, if I get a car, between insurance and car payments, they probably gonna beat my ass too. It's like no matter what you do. I don't understand why insurance is mandatory. After my experience with insurance getting hit by a car, like, bro, y'all don't even want to help people. Y'all just take people's money at every month and stress people out every month. Y'all don't even want to give that money like, oh, this person got hit by a car. Their life has changed for the rest of their life. We really don't give a shit. We're trying to keep our money. Like, bro, fuck you. Um Sensual energy, sexual energy is heavy here on this Thursday. The cows are Vam, Shring, and the long E vowel sound. The frequencies are 417 hertz. And B note for my musicians. The color is orange, 635 to 590, and then wavelength. You're doing Reiki healing, the pyramid is the symbol. Jupiter, Obatala energy rules over this wonderful Thursday. Sacral chakra energy. Pisces is the deep waters of blue. Is associated with Maya energy. Universal love, law, justice, and truth. The fourth sphere, the Sephiroth life. And we get into Chesed or Jadula, mercy. Balance, celestial government, divine blueprint. The sacral chakra can also be associated with the throat chakra when we get into the tree of life of things. Sagittarius rules over the external side of the sacral chakra. This is Tahuti. This is the oracle, sage, and wisdom. The second Sephiroth, the power of knowing and manifesting. The brow, the chokma, and we deal with wisdom here. So you have the internal side, bringing that celestial blueprint. The celestial government, and then you have Sagittarius manifesting it and coming into the knowing of it. Yeah, insurance is definitely a scam. I agree. And I don't understand why that is still existing in the way that it is. That's like lobbying at its finest, like illegal lobbying at its finest. Because how the fuck did that even become a law? You know what I'm saying? If people go to court and they don't have insurance, then they have to learn how to pay out of pocket. Like that's private law. That's how private law moves anyway. So if private law moves that way, I mean that I guess that's when you get into citizenship and sovereignty and private and public law. But like insurance should not be mandated. If I don't have it, then I don't have it, and I have to deal with the repercussions of not having it. You know what I'm saying? Just certain stuff just doesn't get paid for. I mean, that's the life I have to live. That's the life people have to live. And so now they have the mandate now where it's like, the way my lawyers went about doing things was so wild. Like, if I live in a house with other people who have car insurance, I'm supposed to be on their car insurance, even if I'm not driving their car. And so they got penalized for that. They got kicked off their car insurance for that. And, that puts a little stain on your record when you try to get car insurance in other places. And that's so crazy. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know. It's just like, yo, that's lobbying. That has to be like illegal lobbying at its finest. Cause how did y'all get so much power? And soon they're gonna try to do that shit with like they have already done it with health insurance and car insurance. Y'all don't think life insurance ain't gonna be next? They're gonna mandate that shit too. Like, bro, y'all tripping. Mr. Abdil Kadir, peace, peace, Mister. How you doing? Yeah, today's heavy Sag. Oh, both of you guys are Sages, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're all getting a cut, so they make it mandatory. Right, right. They're all shaking hands again and cut some type of way. You can't convince me that they're not. So since today is a day of 3 9s, let's talk about nines. Let's talk about your sod a little bit. So this is the energy of all set in the comedic practice. In Canaanite, this is Gabrielle. In the Kabbalah, this is Yesod. In Yoruba, this is Yamaya. In Hindu Kush, this is Dumavati. This is a nice sphere or Sephiroth. The planet is the moon, and the day is Monday. So people born on a Monday, you guys might feel really good today too. The color is sea blue. The number is 7, and the gems are pearls and moonstone. As far as herbalism goes, in your bath, you want to have spearmint and jasmine. And incense, you want jasmine and spearmint. The Hekau or mantras, words of power, spiritually is Doom or Vam. Planetary is Ong Shring, Shring Shong. The spiritual direction is the east, and that's when you do Doom or Vam. The mundane direction is the northwest, and that's when you do Ong Shring, Shring Shong. Through its action on the Kabit, the animal spirit, we get positive emotional traits, which are caring, motherliness, conservative, benevolent, accommodating, sweet mannered, timorous, fearful, comfort loving, wanting security and to be free from the cares and difficulties of life. Some negative emotional traits being indolent, daydreaming, uncaring, vacillating, neglectful, careless, impressionable, gullible, fearful, idle, hating work, discontented, inclined to intoxicants, living beggarly and unsteadfast. Some careers or functions is mother, wife, domestic life, hereditary factors, midwives, nurses, sailors, vagabonds, the masses, teachers of children, liquids. Um, Devotion, humility, following, mediumistic trance, receptivity, and indiscriminate imitation. Some key phrases is catering to the emotions, preferences, love of ease, negligent, careless, indolent, receptivity, impressionability, gullibility by following, by being humble, caring, nurturing, sympathetic, indulgent, compassionate, relaxed, peaceful through mediumistic trance. Some biological correspondences on a physiological level is the cold and moist energy of the moon is the basis of the well-being of the reproductive, digestive, assimilative, and autonomous nervous energy. Pathologically speaking, we're dealing with infertility, menstrual problems, digestive problems, chlorosis, anemia, edema, and dropsy. And comedic therapeutics, alternative, diuretic, nutrient. Chinese medicine deals with the stomach system, digestate patterns, disease patterns of the blood. Some spiritual keynotes and spiritual counsel. Some positive ones. By devoting ourselves to realizing our true self, the indwelling intelligence, We come to realize that the true self in all beings is none other than the Supreme Being. Thus, we elevate our devotion to uplifting the character and caring for others to the highest levels of spirituality. The negative trait is the ignorance of divinity and of the inner being constituting our true self, and that of others degenerates our caring for ourselves and others into permissiveness, thus undermining our spiritual development. Some positive keynotes is devotion to spiritual development. Some negative keynotes is permissiveness, loving of creature comforts, and neglectful and fearful. So that's there for the number 9. Now, being in a Thursday, we can talk about Thursday real quick. As soon as I find it. Thursday is the energy of Mayat, or Seishat in a comedic practice. In Canaanite, it's Zakael. In the Kabbalah is Jadula or Chesed. In Yoruba is Ajay Chagwila. And Hindu Kush is Lakshmi. Number 2 is for Jupiter, Yellow Sapphire, Lapis Lazuli, and Tin. As far as the spiritual, we're just gonna go to the animal spirit and the spiritual portfolio. For Thursday, being just, equilibrated, holistic, generous, sharing, optimistic, liberal, magnanimous, moral sense, striving for advancement and wealth in a positive manner, religious, successful, fortunate, law abiding, fair, charitable, deferring to elders, no trafficking with evil, grateful, and prudent. Some negative traits of Jupiter Thursday energy is being greedy, negatively expansive for food, sex, material things, etc. Pleasure seeking, boastful, extravagant, unlawful, materialistic, wasteful, unsocial, unsuccessful, unfortunate, hypocritical regarding religion and the law, false religious, legal, and scientific tenets. Some mental traits, synthesis, gaining insight into things by unifying them through the use of abstract analogies. Um, Spiritual portfolio is the doctrine of divine law and order, optimism, faith, love, abundance, success in an individual undertaking, and spiritual advancement. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at between the Sagittarius energy and the 9. So we went over the numerology, gematria, metu We went over the astronomical report. Excuse me, the calendar for ancient Kemet, Hindu, and Hebrew. We went over the horoscopes for West Africa, Native American, Chinese, the Druid, the Celtics, the alchemists. And so now we can get into the planetary hour, and I'll pull some cards. Well, since I missed yesterday the hump day reading, I'm going to do the planetary hour with you guys, and then we're going to get into the reading of the elements. And if you guys in the chat would like a personal spread pull for you, once I do the planetary hour, if you put it down there before then, I'll get into your personal reading. All right. Some jobs make life insurance mandatory. Really? Well, that would make sense. Like fire police officer type thing. Um, yeah, they're gonna start making mandatory too. All these houses that keep up on fire and all this stuff, the flooding and all that stuff. Like they're gonna make housing insurance mandatory as well. In some places they already have. Like you have to have apartment insurance in certain apartment buildings and stuff like that. Are you Muslim? No, I'm not. I don't associate with any one practice. I love them all. So I celebrate and I learn about as many as I can while I'm here on this plane. That's what I like to do. So starting with Jupiter, the hours of Jupiter were from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. When we go into the planetary hours, we're going in the Chaldean order. So Jupiter planet is all about, expansion, abundance, long-term planning, but we're being optimistic. We're studying. We're dealing with growth, the wisdom from the oracle and sages while we're here. Also dealing with sensual, sexual, creative energy is heavy with Jupiter energy. Jupiter is sitting over there in Gemini in the tropical realm. So finding that sense of expansion and wisdom and humanitarian utopian pursuits is going towards our intellectual space, going towards our community, our sense of communication, right? um it's in the seventh house of finding that balance and harmony and law, justice, and truth and righteousness. So having our mindset of wanting that sense of law and justice in that space of in our community, heavy there. While Jupiter is sitting in the Taurus constellation, so we'll probably yeah, we'll probably be experiencing the Moon and Jupiter alignment coming up next after the Moon and no, I said Moon and Jupiter today, right? I'm tripping. But Moon and Jupiter are in alignment today over there in the Taurus constellation. Taurus deals with that balance between material and non-material, the emotional and the physical realm, tangible and intangible, what we value, what we prioritize in that space of business, wealth, and facets of love, right? So we want to be expanded. We want to be optimistic. We want to be in joy, in that community as well as in our material things. And we want it to be righteous, So starting moving towards that sense of righteousness and what's right, that energy of Maya is heavy there. Mars hours are from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., and 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Mars is all about your aggressive, assertive self, focusing on your ambition, what gets you going, your gut that controls the mind, those thoughts on those different type of things. Um, right now, Mars is sitting over there in Cancer in the eighth house. So having some sense of introspection and intuitive connection on your ambition and your assertive self. Mars deals with Mars is like the celestial enforcer of your internal law. So maybe having more introspection on what your internal law is, coming back to the assignment I gave you guys, writing 10 laws for yourself that people have to abide by to enter your space. What are your aura rules? What I'm saying, if people want to come in your space and stay in your space, what kind of attributes do they have to, exhibit? What kind of behaviors do they have to have? That's heavy on the Mars and Cancer energy. And it's also in alignment with the fires and the new beginnings happening to homes and families, to the matriarch, to the feminine energy, to those cycles that's happening with the moon. You know what I'm saying? Because Cancer is associated with moon energy, the divine womb. Um, and Mars is still sitting over there in the Gemini constellation. So it's bringing that assertive, aggressive energy to the community. You know what I'm saying? That motivation, ambition realms to the community. So while as a collective we're having more introspection and nurturing and what we need to be in that comfort zone of the things, it's a community that's gravitating to that. Hey player, how you doing, love? It's a sense of intellect and all those things that's gravitating to that. The sun's hours are from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., and 11 p.m. to midnight. Now, the sun deals with motivation as well, but it's not as aggressive as Mars. It more so deals with vitality and energy, your expression, your experience, your extroverted self. You know what I'm saying? All the EXs of the lands. And so the sun is sitting over there in Pisces and tropical as well as Vedic. You in school right now. Why are you on your phone? um, so it's giving us those experiences of, what we believe in, our laws of Mayat, the deep water. Hey, power. Um, what else? I don't know. Okay. Well, you came to the right page to learn more while you over there in school. How's school going? And what you over there eating? Uh, yeah, so we're having like those internal experiences, with the tropical, like in our mindset, how we're thinking, we're experiencing things is on our belief, on our spiritual self, on the things we have been coerced into believing and stuff like that. Whether it's, some people are illusionists, some people like to create delusions and stuff like that for people. But our actual like body Vedic happening experiences is sitting over there in Aquarius constellation still. So our place in society, experiencing society things and innovations, detachment, electronic communication, people that are detached from society, people in jail, people that were in jail, in hospitals and hospices, people that have been exiled coming to the forefront, and then people that have always been in the forefront kind of being silent. And you see like that transformation kind of happening there. So that's the sun. The hours of Venus are from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Right now, if you're on the East Coast with me, we're in hour of Venus from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., and then midnight, of course, we start the Venusian day on an hour of Venus. Now, Venus deals with aesthetics, creative, making things, you know what I'm saying? If you guys are into the arts, making music, paintings, clothing, jewelry, whatever, what have you. That's all Venusian energy. Venus also deals with wealth, self-esteem, what you prioritize. Space of business is heavy on Venus as well. Romantic pursuits. You might want to engage in some things during the Venusian hour, especially if you guys are trying to be intentional with procreation, whether it is as in spaces of business, tantric, or just, literally having a baby with your partner or whatever. You might want to try to engage in those things during the Venusian hours. Um, Venus is in Aries. We are in retrograde with Venus, so it's moving slow. It's moving slower than Earth right now, than our earthly experience. So that, Earth can kind of catch up or get a little, head start into things, right? But Venus, there's new beginnings, and the new beginnings that are coming to Venus are coming abruptly. You know what I'm saying? Aries energy is very, very swift. It could be very strong and swift. That is, as a militant, you want to move like swift and get it done. So that assertive, aggressive energy is heavy there. Be mindful of impulsiveness in the matters of the heart and creativity and stuff like that, because that can happen there. But like I said, it's happening in retrograde right now, so we're getting this moment to slow down and experience Venus and Aries on a slow, drawn out. For some of you guys, it's a long, painful death. But for some of you guys that, learn how to, embrace the energy, you realize, like, this is showing me that when Venus does go back forward through these degrees of Aries, how to flow through them, what I'm saying, without feeling overwhelmed, without overdoing things, without underthinking and being impulsive, what I'm saying? So, Venus is still sitting over there, and the Aquarius, not Aquarius, Pisces constellation. So, having the actual happenings, the energy exchanges sitting over there, and your belief system, what you gravitated to based upon your dreams, the things that are hidden in the realms of business and love. And that's heavy too, because some people have been watching you and admiring you from a business standpoint, and they just want to get some energy off of you, or they want to do, some of them are very genuine, but they have been watching you, but, beneath the waters and behind the shadows or whatever. And so they might pop out, what I'm saying? And some of that energy might feel familiar. And maybe once upon a time you kept denying that those energies that have access to you, but maybe this time around you might change your mind, or vice versa. It's your world. You do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And you go through your cycles how you want to go through them. It's a game. So if you're not playing the game, with the mindset of a child that's playing an awesome, fun game, then you're not going to have fun. You're going to despise this entire experience. You know what I'm saying? And then, also moving slow in that space of people that have been watching you on a romantic standpoint. Some exes popping up, some people that have been admiring you from afar. Y'all might get some monologues in y'all inbox like, hey, I've been watching you and I like what you do and I want to get to know you better and I would like to work with you, and woo wop. Some of it is genuine, some of them are just passerbys. They just curious, they just want to know your energy, and they just want a piece, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's up to you guys. Y'all know, because y'all just did the work like I asked y'all to the last couple of days of writing y'all 10 internal laws, y'all 10 commandments for people entering your space, entering your energy. And so that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Um, the hours of Mercury are from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., and then 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're in the hours of Mercury. Now, Mercury is good for communication, light traveling. Jupiter is more so the heavy international traveling. Mercury is like, I'm going to go to the next state over or the next city over, do a little hour, 2 hour trip. You know what I mean? Um, Mercury deals with learning. It's the hours of learning and teaching and listening and speaking and self management and organization. If you guys are into trading, this is the hours that you might want to trade some things. We are in the retrograde shadow of Mercury, so you might feel some things started to repeat themselves. I've been feeling that shit heavy already. There's people popping up like, please stay where y'all were at. I'm fine over here. Don't come over here. Please leave me alone. Jesus Christ, please leave me alone. I'm fine. I don't. I'm fine. Y'all whisper and think what y'all want to think. I don't give a fuck. I'm fine. Like, I mean that from the pit of my soul. Leave me alone. Um, Mercury is going in retrograde. We'll be going in retrograde in that Aries energy, just like Venus. And it's also in Pisces. So Mercury deals with that routine and the habits and your integrity and the moral code and stuff that you have for yourself. So repeating some of those degrees while Venus is in retrograde for love and romance and business, Mercury is going in retrograde and repeating the routines and the habits that you have. Some of those habits haven't been good for business and love. Some of those have been. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to erase everything you find yourself experiencing again. Some of the stuff is just here so you can just experience it again and say, "Yay, here we go again." Especially if you have fun the first time. That's my energy, bro. I'm fine. Please leave me alone. For real, like, bro, like, what is your obsession with not leaving me alone? I don't understand. Leave me alone. I don't bother you. I don't reach out to you. I don't talk to you. I don't. I might think about you sometimes as an intrusive thought. Like, it's an intrusive thought. It's not me just sitting around wondering about you. I promise you, I don't. And as time goes on and as I go further and further in my journey, those people are going to pop out and they're going to try to throw dirt on my name. And in this moment, I let y'all know I'm not all love and light. Sometimes I exile people to the motherfucking darkness. You got to. You can't have darkness without light. You can't have light without darkness. They go hand in hand. So to some people, I am not a good person and I do not care. I don't use people. I don't ask people for shit. I don't take advantage of people. I don't manipulate people. I don't curse people. But you will get the fuck away from me. You will get the fuck away from me and stay away. Leave me alone. I don't understand what people's obsession is with popping back into my life or knowing my business or trying to find out so they can giggle and whisper. But keep that shit the fuck over there because I don't care what y'all giggling and whispering about. Yes, intrusive. That's crazy. I tamed my demons. I didn't kill them. Exactly. I tamed mine. I'm not out here like showing my ass and arguing with people and all that shit. I'm not doing none of that. Just leave me alone. I leave you alone. You leave me alone. Simple. But yeah, I do have some people that pop back up in my inbox instead of da, da, da. And I actually pop back up in somebody else's inbox, but that's because I genuinely cared. But then it brought me back to the memory, like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I was waiting on you to tell on yourself. I forgot. So I went to check up on you, and I remembered, oh yeah, you was on that bullshit last time we spoke, and you ain't speak on it yet. So they finally get to get their bullshit off their chest, and ain't shit I ain't already know. I don't understand what's wrong with people. If I could read tarot cards, if I could read stars and moons and horseshoes and balloons and shit like that, the fuck make you think I can't read your ass when you think you hide in a harbor and some shit? You ain't doing nothing special, baby. I've been knew what kind of energy you was holding on to. What makes you think I don't know how to read a room? You know what I'm saying? People only want to give me my flowers for my power when it benefits them. But when it's on some real shit, some everyday life energy exchange shit, you know what I'm saying? Then oh, all of a sudden, oh, I thought I was keeping something from you. How did you think that? How did you think that? You weren't keeping shit from me. I already knew. I just wait for people to tell them themselves because I don't care enough. Like I can't express to y'all how much shit I don't care about. Like it's kind of weird how much I don't give a fuck about a lot of shit. Like, and it's probably shit I probably should care about, but I don't. I don't be caring. I don't be caring at all. I'll be having conversations with myself like, dang, why you don't feel nothing? I don't know. I want to feel something sometimes, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I do not care. It makes people mad, and I still don't care. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's, so many challenges. You go through the meat tenderizer so many times. After a while, it's just like, I don't feel shit no more. I become so numb. Don't act like I don't fucking know shit just because I'm numb. Those are two different ballparks. But yeah, Mercury's about to go in retrograde, y'all. So y'all gonna feel a lot of stuff popping back up, testing on y'all more on integral code, um, and that space of business and love because Mercury and Venus are pretty close to each other. Dancing in between Aries and Pisces energies, and new beginnings and what you've been used to. um the moon's hours are from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., and then 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, the moon is sitting over there in Gemini, the tropical and draconic chart, so being nurturing and having introspection on your, your community, your sense of communication, being flexible and adaptable, how flexible and adaptable you are, you know what I'm saying, in your comfort zone and all that fun stuff like that. And the energy exchanges and stuff, we went into that deeply with the nakshatras and stuff. The moon is sitting over there in Taurus, finding balance with your non-tangible and tangible self, you know what I'm saying. And then last but most certainly not least, we have the Saturn's hours from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., and then 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturn deals with long-term planning just as much as Jupiter does, but Saturn more so wants to get into the restrictions of the things, the law and order, limitations, the challenges that come your way to strengthen you. And we love Saturn. As difficult as Saturn may be, Saturn is really important for us to have. And we got into this yesterday when we were reading Sefer Yetzirah, and the fact that Bina, which is ruled by Saturn, is actually a feminine energy, while wisdom, Jupiter, is masculine. And it made sense to me. It made sense to me in a lot of different ways. Now, the first time I read this, it was a little triggering, because it was like me like wrapping my brain around a new concept. Um, but the second time reading the Sefer Yetzirah with that mindset, it made sense because like wisdom as Jupiter is masculine energy, and I'm a mother of sons. I got two boys, and I'm surrounded by boys in different realms. And me and my homegirls were just talking about this yesterday, and I'm like, bro, if you let a man do what he wants, he's gonna eat candy all fucking day and play video games. Like he's not gonna make good decisions. So as the feminine energy, you have to have like this like sense of order. You know what I'm saying? Like this needs to be done, that needs to be done, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? We have come into this realm. I won't even get into that because I know that's going to be triggering for a lot of people, but I'll get into it a little bit, where now it's like men rule the house and let the man play video games and eat candy and sit in his game room and have his man cave. And it's basically just proving the point. You know what I'm saying? When a woman is not being the neck to the head, because that's exactly what that is. The woman is supposed to be the neck, to turn the head in the direction it's supposed to go to. Why do you think women are the cause of so many wars and so many different things? Because the woman was always the neck. Whether she was a righteous woman or unrighteous woman, that is to each woman its own. However, the woman is the neck and it turns the head. Okay? So, and without that, the man has no direction. The man is just sitting here like this. Okay? And I know that through personal experiences, and not just romantic ones. And so, it made sense. And so, like, a man has all this energy and it's everywhere and this, that, and the third. And when he puts that energy into a woman, she focuses it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one of the things with women with dating, men, masculine energy or whatever, what have you, is we have the tendency to see the potential. So we like to prophesize shit instead of being present. And that was a lot that I got into heavy with you guys last year. But we got to get out of that prophesizing people's energy, because basically what we're saying is, I see your energy and this is what I would do if we were in this position, but we're not in this position. So stop, projecting those things, because that man probably doesn't know how to accept your feminine energy to even give his energy focus and be the neck to his head. He probably wants to be the head and the neck. You know what I'm saying? And then there are some women out here that want to be the neck and the head, and it doesn't work out well. It's a very draining, burnt out, experience. Nobody really wants to do that shit for real. But it is it is what it is. You see how the households move that have, the man being the neck and the head, or the woman being the neck and the head. Is very imbalanced there. But yeah, like I said, that feminine energy is the Saturn. It is the understanding. It brings the limitations and the rules, and this is how the energy needs to be moved, and this is how the energy needs to go. And you have like the Jupiter, the wisdom, which is expanded, abundant, philanthropic, generous, optimistic, utopia, everywhere, all over the place and stuff like that. And you can even like I'm a teacher, and I even see that in the students, like from like a elementary school level. You know what I'm saying? Like you see like the girls are sitting down, and they don't know, they have that patience to sit there and write and read and stuff like that. And then you have the boys trying to wrestle and doing all the fidgeting and stuff. And then sometimes you have the girls that are very in tune with their feminine energy, and they'll be like, can you stop, can you do this, come on, it's time for this, it's time for that. Like you even see that in elementary school kids, with the girls being the neck and the boys being the head. Like it's so crazy to see these things. I don't speak on them because when you're in the public school system, you're not supposed to speak on your personal shit. But I see it. You know what I'm saying? And then just watching people, people that come to me for readings, watching people's interpersonal relationships, and then having children of my own, you definitely see, you know, um, So, like I said, yesterday reading Sephiroth was definitely eye opening. All that to come back to Saturn and telling you guys that the understanding is feminine energy and is basically giving a focus to that wisdom, that expansion of energy, and putting it through a funnel. And even on the basic mindset of procreation, right? You have the wisdom, all this energy, the seeds, they're like constantly cycling and going all over the place. And then when they finally go into a woman, they go up a funnel and they go into her womb and they're given structure, discipline, order to create it, to create a body. And then the body comes out. You know what I'm saying? All that, and just different ways of saying what I just said. You're better off not feeling, keeps your vibration. It does. There's a sense of peace when you don't care. Um but yeah, so that's the connection between Saturn and Jupiter, and that's how Saturn and Jupiter help each other. So they don't really, I don't think they should be fighting each other. They should be going hand in hand with one another. That's why we've never had a president that didn't have a wife. We usually don't have like presidents and governors. They almost always have a wife. I don't know all the mayors and all the lands. It's a lot of lands to think about. But as far as the lands that I have experienced, I don't really see too many single mayors. Maybe like one or two or something. Maybe. I don't know. But even in the church, there aren't too many single pastors because they know the importance of having that balance of masculine and feminine energy. And I don't know what you guys learned in y'all church, but in my church, we did learn the power of, feminine energy and how important it was to have a woman, in alignment with the man. The woman is the neck, the woman is the backbone. Even in ancient structures, you see the hand of the woman on the back of her partner or on the arm. You know what I'm saying? And they're standing side by side. You know what I'm saying? It's not one behind the other. It's not, they're not touching each other. They're not hugging on each other. It's my hand is on your back and we're standing side by side. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that divine balance of masculine and feminine energy is very important. I know a couple unmarried mayors, but governor and up, definitely married. Yeah, definitely married, governor and up. Yeah, I was trying to think. Like, I think I know some unmarried mayors or experience some. Definitely when we get into like council people and shit like that, definitely see unmarried people there. But further up you go, yeah, they're definitely married, and that's a part of the image. You have to have that balance. Even the people that tell y'all to look away from spirituality and the mystics of the things and stuff like that, they engage into it heavy because they know how important it is. Um, do you believe in Jesus? I do believe in Jesus. I believe Jesus is a homie, and I fucks with Jesus. Jesus fucks with me. Um, yeah, I don't move like Peter out here. Ain't nobody denying Jesus. Fucks with Jesus over here, buddy. So, if anybody wants a personal reading while I go through the elements, um, to make up for yesterday, because my apologies, y'all. Uh, feel free to comment in chat, but I'm going to read through the elements. I guess we'll start with water because there's a lot going on there. Do you believe that Jesus is God in the flesh? Yeah, and so am I. And so are you, Robert. And so is Kayshawn and everybody else that's tapped in over here. We're all God in the flesh. Excuse me. And there was never a time Jesus said that wasn't true. In fact, Jesus was trying to tell you guys you all are God in the flesh, but people don't listen. They would rather praise the messenger than listen to the message. It is what it is. So let's start off with my water babies. Y'all got a lot going on. Y'all got a lot going on. We'll start with your mindset. Where yeah, with how you think things are, because you got the sun over there. No, we are not. Jesus is. No, Jesus is, and so are we. That's where I'm gonna have to disagree, and that's okay. We don't have to agree there, as long as we both believe in Jesus, right? Why do you think people was walking around with bracelets that said, "What would Jesus do?" Because you're striving to be like Jesus, because we're all gods in the flesh. Where we all have the light, we are all one. God said, let us make them in our image. But neither here nor there, nor anywhere. I don't want to get into that too much because I know people are emotionally attached to those type of things. It has a nice little spell on y'all. So I don't really, I don't really want to get there because I don't care as much as you care. Um, we have the sun giving us experiences in the fourth house. So like, all right, let's start off with the cardinal, the water energy. The cardinal water energy is in the eighth house, right? We got Cancer over there giving us introspection on our power, transformation, death, and rebirth. This is wherever you have water placements in your chart, wherever you have these placements in your chart, right? Cancer has the vertex and Mars there, so being assertive and aggressive, and where your solar plexus chakra is, how your sense of empowerment. So not only having the eighth house of transformation, which is the external side of the solar plexus chakra. You also have the internal planet side of the solar plexus chakra and Cancer energy, right? And so, with that being said, um, you know, empowerment to that cardinal water energy, to those cardinal water babies. Empowerment, being assertive, being aggressive, having action, really moving towards the things that you want to see in your space is heavy here. A lot of transformations happening here as well because, eighth house is also, water. But a lot of transformations and are happening in very dramatically, whether you're dealing with the eighth house of transformation or you're dealing with the Aries new beginning, the Mars new beginnings planet, and it's happening all in your vortex, you know what I'm saying? So how you guys are, experiencing and absorbing and ingesting, you guys are being little drama queens over there, aren't you, little Cancer babies? We love it there though. um but yeah, be mindful of that drama queen, drama drama queen king stuff y'all got going over there. Just know that, those different things, how you're thinking them, how you're absorbing them, they're giving you empowerment, right? Now over there in the fixed energy of Scorpius, we have we don't have any celestial bodies happening there, but the 12th house is over there. Lilith is on the way, baby. Don't worry about it. Y'all gonna be rebellious real quick, real soon. You're gonna start seeing some Scorpios on these ones and zeros coming out here acting up, especially our Scorpio celebrities, because they love to be on the forefront of everything. They love to get the attention first. But I don't know why Tyrese popped up in my head like, yeah, him first. Is he a Scorpio? No, he's a Cancer, right? I don't know. He's a crybaby. He has to be a water sign. But yeah, Scorpios coming to the forefront with that rebellious energy. They not here to play. Yeah, Scorpios finna show out when Lilith get there. We got 3 more degrees left. She coming. So I'm sure y'all feel, the arrival, as she comes on her black horse. But you got the 12th house there, which is Pisces energy again, water on water. You got the Aquarius house kind of starting, ending up. So you have that air on water too. So a nice blend between intellectual and spiritual stuff is happening with the Scorpius energy. And so once Lilith gets there in that balance of intellectual and spiritual between that 11th and 12th house, oh my God, you guys are forced to be fucking reckoned with. So praises be to the Scorpio. If you have a Scorpio in your space, listen. Because some of them downloads is going to be like, oh, I don't think I follow any Scorpio tarot readers or anything. Majority of the tarot readers I follow are like, they're Virgos. I'm sorry. I love my Virgos. I be following Virgos. I got to figure out this one girl that I do follow. I got to figure out where her sign is. I don't know it, but I only follow her Virgo stuff. I'm a Cancer rising. Lilith is one of my faves. I don't know why though. Um, that's interesting. Where's your Lilith at? And then for Pisces, you guys have been the star of the show. Y'all just been out here just in hermit mode, dealing with all these different heavy planetary shifts and stuff like that. Every time the moon come here, it locks something in for y'all. You guys will feel yourself start lifting up and getting a little bit looser as the planets start to move their way to Aries energy. However, they'll still be in your constellations though for a little bit, so be mindful of that. Um, even though they'll be out of your thoughts, they'll still be in your happenings and energy exchanges. But y'all got a lot going on. But y'all have that blend between intellect and spirituality too, because you have the third house there, which is, Gemini, Mercurian intellect. And then y'all have that fourth house of introspection, Cancer, home and family, your sensitivities and stuff. So y'all having that blend there too. So my water babies, y'all come into that balance of your, what you think and what you feel. You know what I'm saying? While Cancer, you cardinal ones, y'all just over there being dramatic. And it's okay. Y'all in that solar plexus realm, y'all getting a lot of that, I gotta get this stuff out here first, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I got for y'all. My Witcher babies, y'all being mindful of that. Um, Pisces has that Sun, Jupiter, um, North Node, and Neptune. Neptune's making his way to Aries too. So, oh, we got Dream, Neptune and Jupiter being in your dream. You like so. All right. Um, gotta look it up where Lilith is. Ashamed of myself for not knowing. Where is? Listen. Oh, my Lilith is in Sagittarius. I've been attracting a lot of Sagittarians these past couple years. I think it's over there is you and Greg are Sagittarius. The one guy that thought he was finna sit him off, or the one guy I forgot why, the energy I felt that made me back off, that I hit back up. That he's a Sagittarius. Then I had another Sagittarius call me yesterday too. Then I'm trying to talk to a Sagittarius, which is different because I feel like he's a liar. The High Priestess card for you water babies. Yeah, coming into that blend with the Cancer, the Cardinal water energy. You guys are taking in that Mars energy, that assertive, aggressive. And then it's in the eighth house, so like the beginning of the water vibes is really like taking on that empowerment, that confidence and courageousness, really enforcing things into your space. And then with the Scorpius and the Pisces having that balance of what I think and what I know. And Pisces over there being mutable, like, Jesus Christ, get these planets up out of here so I can clean my house, so I can go back to being by myself. Because, Olukun do not like nobody in their space. Don't like nobody in their space. And you got all them planets over there putting their feet on your couch. They didn't even take their shoes off at the door. You know what I'm saying? They just over there, all up in your shit. And you got the King of Wands over here too. So yeah, again, some more empowering energy for y'all. So y'all get with a water sign today. And y'all check on them Cancer babies, because they might be over there just not absorbing some of that empowerment unless they're in tune with the planets and they know, like, oh, all this stuff is here to empower me and help me exercise my solar plexus chakra, so I can stop letting fuck shit happen in my space and stop letting people treat me any kind of way. Maybe this is the space where I finally get into, like, what I'm supposed to be doing. Also, Cancer deals with home and family and the matriarch energy too. So a lot of transformations and stuff like that, new beginnings. Also dealing with the fires to the houses. If it's not fires, it's a fucking flood. Um, Also dealing with that is bringing empowerment and strengthening that family vibe and that Cancer energy as well. You know what I'm saying? Again, another Emperor card. Ooh, and this one is aligning your Tippereth, the heart that's on fire, to your Chokma, to your space of wisdom. Again, what you feel and what you know, and that's an Aries card. A lot of empowerment, a lot of strength coming to the water signs. Well, it's starting to warm up. We like the spring air, so hopefully he's not a liar. I need him to be a good Sag. It would be nice if he was. I also got trust issues. And it just feels like it feels like a faster repetition of the last cycle I was in. And it's just like, ugh, here we go again. You just move a whole lot faster than the water sign that just did this bullshit in my space. But I'm trying to be optimistic. It is what it is. Whatever. Instinct. Following you guys' instincts is going to help you guys with your space of empowerment. And I got one last card for my water babies, wherever water is in your chart, okay? Um, Good marriage. Ooh, look at y'all getting y'all interpersonal relationships on. We got it at a 3 and 7, so we're expressing that balance in that interpersonal relationship. So y'all gonna see some water babies getting married. Okay, we like it here. All right, so let's get into my fire signs since we're all here. All right, so the cardinal fire energy is Aries. So y'all get ready, because all these energies that's been over here in the dreamy Pisces is about to come up to a rude awakening. Like, it's like, oh, y'all been sleeping, wake up, horse. So like, please give everybody grace, because they just came out of this dreamy ass Pisces energy, and now they got to come and wake up abruptly, and it's going to be crazy. So, in the coming months, we're going to have a lot of these planetary alignments happening in Aries, especially in the summertime. So a lot of The red summers is going to be crazy. Y'all know these people love to have their little bloody rituals every summer. They set the tone for the summertime and the energy they're going to invoke, with the mass shootings, the schools, the bombing things, and now you're scared to get on an airplane, scared to get on a train, scared to do this, scared to do that. It's really setting the tone so that when the sun is at its highest, you guys, you're not really moving how y'all, usually move in the summertime, at least for my summer babies anyway. So you're gonna feel a lot of that. It's a lot of these planets move on into that Aries energy and sit there and have their alignments there, especially with that big planetary shift of Neptune. At the end of this month, Neptune is going to be in Aries, but it's still going to be in that dreamy Pisces um, constellation. So while our thoughts, a lot of, people that are tapped into their dreams and stuff like that, I won't, okay, Sean, I see you. It won't be, it depends on how you interpret things. I don't really like to use the word nightmares unless it's like legit night terrors, like I woke up and like I'm about to have a heart attack type shit. But, just a lot of, like war and fires and despair and death and bombs and stuff happening in people's dreams. You know what I'm saying? That's that connection, that blend between Aries and Pisces, on Neptune, between the zodiac and the constellation. So be aware of that. And then, around the 17th of this month, we'll have the sun entering Aries zodiac, but it'll still be in the Pisces constellation. So once again, our experiences, how we're thinking our experiences happening abruptly and militant and stuff like that, while the energy exchanges is it's a more spiritual experience happening than we think it is. A lot of this stuff is spiritually aligned and had to happen. It was a lot of things that we invoked into the space during our spiritual rituals once upon a time, whether in this life or the last. But we asked for these new beginnings. We said we didn't want to have these certain experiences anymore. We didn't want certain entities to rule anymore, and these things. There's a price that has to be paid in order for that to happen, right? In a couple months, we'll have Saturn moving forward in Aries as well, giving us the challenges in that militant space as well. So, like I said, you see a lot of people speaking on the wars and different things coming up and stuff like that. And all I can say is just prepare yourself and stand your ground and stay in your place. Like what's your purpose here in society? You know what I'm saying? What do you want to do? How do you want to be? You know what I'm saying? And so that's all Aries energy. Now, when we get into the fixed fire sign, that's Leo vibes. Right now, we don't have any celestial bodies in Leo, but we will have Mars sitting over there in Leo real soon. So more fire to our militant self. But being confident and courageous is key. I'm not saying all this stuff for fear mongering. Y'all know I don't do the fucking fear mongering shit, and y'all know we don't die. You know what I'm saying? Energy is not created or destroyed. It is transmuted and transferred. You know what I'm saying? So the transference of energy is necessary. You know what I'm saying? But being in your confident and courageous self is definitely key here. We have the ninth house. Well, we have the eighth house ending. So we have that space of, spirituality, and then the ninth house beginning with that Sagittarius wisdom. So we have that blend of what you believe and how you feel and you're into it with that how I act on it type energy, but still all in the spiritual realm nonetheless. um Welcome back. But yeah, you have that expanded, generous, optimistic energy of Sagittarius sitting over there in Leo energy. I think that in this space, it probably would be best if I get to Arizona a little bit sooner than I had intended. At least get my squad over there before the summertime. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, um, coming into my space about it, because I'll be over there in June. I'll be over on the West Coast in June. So I have been up in the air about whether or not I should bring my son with me in some type of way, shape, or form. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, doing this reading with y'all, I was thinking about leaving him on the East Coast or whatever. But now that I'm sitting here, I'm like, nah, maybe it'd be best if I bring him with me, um, or at least see if he can. Anyway, that's interpersonal. That ain't none of y'all business. There's certain things I'm just going through my 3 6s and 9s. Um, But yeah, so that Leo energy having that expansion, and then 9 is a fire sign, that's Sagittarius, which we're about to get into right now. There's no planetary placements on Sagittarius, but the first house is there. So having that wisdom from the Oracle and Sage, having that joy and expansion, you know, that optimism, that generosity, building the utopia. Remind yourself all of this, all of these placements, all of this madness. This is all in alignment with building what it is that we said that we wanted in our space, right? We wanted this utopia. You know what I'm saying? We wanted, you know, this joy. We wanted to have this sense of freedom and expansion. And, you know, and so these are the things that have to happen in order for us to have it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it might be a little hard at first to move in gratitude about all of this, to see the light in all of this, you know what I'm saying? But again, you guys got to learn the power of your collective mindsets. You know what I'm saying? If you're over here walking around like I'm afraid and I'm this and I'm that, guess what? That's what you're going to be. And those are the kind of experiences you're going to attract during this whole ordeal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared. I don't fear anything. And I know what my place is. My place is here to empower and inform. I love to inform. It's in my human design, it's in my astrological makeup, it's in my numerological makeup. It's in my gematria. This is what I do. This is what I'm good at, and this is what I'll continue to do. You know what I'm saying? And I have the keys that are aligning for me to continue to do it. Now, if your job is here to be scared and walking around like Piglet and looking for Pooh because Pooh got the strat, and you know you can't stand on your own 2 feet and shit like that, hey, that's the experience that you're going to have. Okay, if your job is here and you're the warrior and you want to be smack dab in the middle of the war zone and all that things like that, prepare yourself, because that's exactly where the fuck you're gonna be at. Y'all be speaking a lot of shit that y'all do not want to live in, and I don't understand why. But remember that your mindset is the power here. You know what I'm saying? Piglet is the funniest shit I heard all day. Hey man, I can't stand when a piglet ass nigga pop up in my inbox or something about it. Like, bro, y'all know I only speak on empowerment, right? I don't do none of this fear mongering and I'm so scared, and I don't like none of that. And I don't like doing readings for people like that because I have to enter your energy and feel your energy, and I don't like the way that shit feels. Like, keep that. If you scared, don't come to me for no reading. I don't want that shit. Leave me alone. Leave me alone until you feel at least a little bit comfortable, and then come to the homie. I don't want to feel none of that you talking about. We're just not seeing the sausage being made. We tapped in, so now we see more details. Yeah, true. You know, and what I keep thinking about is because I watched The Prince of Egypt with my son not too long ago, and we were and it was the song that the dad was singing, because he got bars, and he was talking about how like you're a thread in a tapestry and you can't see the whole tapestry, but that tapestry fly as shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it wouldn't be nothing without that thread, because as soon as you pull that thread out you could tell, you know what I'm saying? So like, don't think that you got a small place, whatever your place is, but you know, it's a whole tapestry and stuff like that. So for my fire babies with all this energy, y'all readings, this is a little morbid, but here we go. You ready? So the whole thing is metamorphosis, right? We got the transformations happening here. This is the 7. This is the balance between the physical and the non-physical, which I want to focus on, my fire babies, is your moon and your Pluto. Transformations to your spiritual self. But you see, you know, the old body there, the little sad, scared, and I'm so alone. And then the Callie submerging. Callie bites heads off. She chops necks off. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it is. Paul de Arco is the herb for you. You got the 9 of Swords. You gotta know that a lot of how you're interpreting it and how you're absorbing it and stuff like that, it's all in your head. It is you know what I'm saying? But we're at the completion of it, you know what I'm saying? It's more so like we already went through this stuff. We already kind of finished with this stuff. It's more so like the body just has to catch up. And as y'all see that in the astrological realms, like the Draconic and the tropical chart move way faster than the Vedic chart, because the Vedic chart is slow. It's the constellations. With the tropical chart, your thoughts and your soul move a whole lot faster and further than your physical body. And so, you know, a lot of stuff that's all in your head, like you're just holding on to it. So just like let that shit go. You're making it up. Um, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So in the physical world, like I said, is managing yourself. What part do you play? Whether it's in your Aries placements of the first house, your your Sagittarius placements in the ninth house, or your Leo placements of the fifth house. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all got a lot of war planets coming y'all way. Y'all got a lot of heavy placements once the planets start aligning in Aries. But then remember, after they get done aligning in Aries, by the beginning of next year, they're gonna be all lined up in Taurus. We're gonna have all these planetary alignments in Taurus. It's gonna be balling. Not so much as Neptune and Jupiter because they move kind of slow, but all the other ones, like it's gonna be a great time here. We'll be cool. You're good. Um, but yeah, for a little while we're gonna be lined up in Aries, Neptune especially, for the next 12 years or so on the tropical chart. But don't forget, we still in the Pisces constellation. You know what I'm saying? So even though the dreams is on the new beginnings and the fire and the brimstone and all that stuff like that, this is the fall of Babylon, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is what we said we wanted. Six of Pentacles. We manifested this. We harvested this. We was all up in the Virgo energy, utilizing the harvest moon and shit every fucking year. Last year we had the harvest moon on a what do you call it? On an eclipse. And guess what? While we was doing our journal on the eclipse, the Federal Reserve was over there doing their own rituals too. They actually had a meeting around that time. That's actually around the time of the fiscal New Year's. Is 9/11. You know what I'm saying? So keeping all that in mind, like while we're doing our rituals, it's other equal opposite energy always doing their rituals too. This is a back and forth. This is a chess move. Ain't nothing to be scared of. I don't do that fear mongering shit. Net talk. Again, like I said, it's cool because after a while we all gonna be lined up in Taurus. It's gonna get real pretty here, but we gotta go through the fire for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go through these eclipses. It's gonna be different stuff happening. Y'all stay safe. Don't be going around spaces where you know it's not gonna be safe. You know what I'm saying? Remove yourself. Move yourself. If you're around a spot where you like, let me think. If I was on some nut shit, if I was an evil villain, if I was trying to start a war, if I was trying to do woo wop, I would do XYZ. Think like that sometimes because, again, we're reading Sefer Yetzirah in the book club. Join me sometime. When you don't just learn from love and light and positivity, you also learn from evil and darkness. You learn from both of them. It's when we get to the physical body is when we start to differentiate and separate and label, and we can't think like this. And no, you're supposed to think like an evil person too. That's the art of war. If you think you're a good person and you're not thinking like an evil person while being a good person, you are doing yourself a disservice, baby. Your survival skills suck. You understand me? Get it together, and I mean now. But that is not to bring fear mongering or now y'all being combative. Now everybody's losing their fucking mind. Now everybody got a gun and y'all moving like Jodie Foster in that movie where she had a gun and she was pointing at everybody because she's crazy. Like, we're not doing none of that. But what I'm saying is, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself with confidence and courageousness and have fun. Have a sense of joy. We're going to come into a sense of completion in the sacral chakra. We're, letting certain things go. Hopefully, y'all got y'all stuff in order and how y'all want it to be. And like, bro, I can't stress this enough. Community is a big thing. Y'all keep playing on this internet and y'all not building a community in real life. Y'all don't even know y'all fucking neighbors, and that's weird because when shit happens, it's not going to be all the way on the internet. It's also going to be in real life. Like, get it together, and I mean now. But yeah, since the completion happened in the sacral chakra, y'all know this is Sagittarius energy too. So doing away, you see the sun setting, doing away with the old things and giving birth to new things, that's where we're at now. We're in the space of death and rebirth, bringing you back to this Kali energy, what I'm saying, the metamorphosis, what I'm saying. So we're feeling that and all this fire energy. Be mindful of the poor choices. We got it on the 6/6 on this day of 6, what I'm saying. Hey, it's Thursday. We on a day of 3 9s. You supposed to be in a silly mood. Today is a day of joy. Be mindful of some poor choices y'all make. I know fire sign can be very impulsive, but y'all know we in the energy of the wood snake. The wood snake does not do impulsive energy. You gotta think things through, okay? You gotta, flow into it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I have for the fire energy. Yeah, it's like a lot of war and stuff going on here, but if you change your mindset, you can change the reality of how you guys got stuff going on. Some of y'all like, yeah, we're going to war, we're going to fight, we're going to have guns, we're going to have knives, and you ain't got near one gun in your possession. Like, bro, why are you over there manifesting all that shit in your space and you have no intentions in being ready on none of that shit? yeah, we're gonna grow our own food, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, da, da, da. You ain't got not one seed in your refrigerator right now. Like, bro, stop playing with yourself so you can stop playing with the people around you. You know, if you're gonna prepare yourself, prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get it together. That's cool. I respect that. I encourage it. In the same breath, be mindful of things that you guys are speaking into existence, the realities you guys are speaking into existence. You know, we can manifest a rebirth and new beginning, but how do you want to experience it? How do you want it to go for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Damn, B day is the 6th. Oh, so this is a good day for you again. Sounds like a nice divine alignment. So we went through our water babies. We went through our fire and whew, y'all going through it, babies. All right, let's get into air. Okay, so our cardinal air energy is who's cardinal air? That's Libra, right? Yeah, it's Libra because you know the other two. I know what the other two are. Libra's cardinal. Okay, so we started off Libra, y'all have a balance between the 10th house, which is achievements and success. Ooh, we like it here. And the 11th house, which is society. The 10th house is that Saturn energy, bringing the limitations, the rules, and the regulations. The 11th house is like that balance between Saturn and Uranus with that Aquarius vibe. So being innovative and new and stuff like that. And y'all finally got Lilith making its way out of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Know the Libras was on that dark side of things, whether you was dealing with Libra. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I didn't like Kamala Harris. I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but it was something about her I couldn't get with it. And then it was all these planets over there in Libra, and I was just like, I don't know, y'all, it's crazy. And I don't really get into celebrity, you know, planetary placements because again, I don't give a fuck. I just go with my intuition of things. I don't like neither one of them for real, for real. But it was just about that energy, that it just wasn't sitting right. Also with a lot of other Libras that's over here getting into their dark side. You see, let's look up Libra celebrities. The other one that popped up in my mind was Cardi B because you see her putting all her information on Front Street. Um, I don't know. Why would Libras, I want to get into celebrities and I didn't want to do that with anybody else because Libra deals with Venus energy and Venus loves celebrities because that's beautiful shit. Will Smith is a Libra. You know, oh yeah, he definitely was coming out on his dark side of things, telling his side of the story, coming out with rap songs and shit. That was wild. Kim Kardashian is also a Libra. You know, people starting to see her dark side with the Kardashian stuff. I didn't know Donald Glover was a Libra. I like him. I don't really know what he's doing with himself. Bruno Mars definitely is getting on his dark side. He has a song with Sexy Red, and I just seen a video of him and Sexy Red in a on TikTok in a strip club or whatever. But he's definitely get tapping into his dark side of things. We like it there. Snoop Dogg is on his Libra shit as far as being rebellious, you know, with his roots of being in a gang and being violent and doing all these different things. Now he out here talking about love and togetherness, and he's hosting an NFL John, and he also was in the White House, which was definitely going against a lot of different things, you know. It's crazy. People was coming for Nelly, but I don't see too many people having enough balls to come for Snoop Dogg. I guess Nelly needs to join the gang. um, Got a lot of different Libras. Got Dakota Johnson, Zac Efron, Eminem is a Libra. That's interesting. Alicia Silverstone, Hugh Jackman. I don't know too much about what any of them are doing with themselves, but the few that I said, yeah, it does seem like, you know, they were in their rebellious side of, you know, this is how I started and this is where I'm at now, you know, in my craft and what I've created in my relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's all heavy, you know, Lilith and Libra type energy. And so a lot of you Libras, wherever you feel Libra in your chart or, you know, wherever you're at, you guys probably felt that as well. As far as like, oh, okay, I just feel different from where I was at. Also, start getting into your progressive charts. A lot of my Virgos, if y'all are around the same age as me, you guys are entering your Scorpio placement right now. And so y'all have been feeling Lilith and Libra this entire time. And now y'all about to come into that Lilith and Scorpio, baby. It's about to get real funky. Um, I have officially entered my Scorpius energy um, like a week or so ago. I felt it. I don't know. I just came into this like very intense. I don't give a fuck. kind of Thank you, Antoine. I appreciate you. She wasn't in alignment, is how I feel. She wasn't meant to be. Nah, yeah, I felt that. It was crazy having like a Libra versus a Gemini. Both of them are swords, and but one of them is more direct with intellect with Mercury, while one is more into like pulling on your heart chakras. And then when you look at like their tactics, that's how it was, right? She kept pulling on your heart on this is how I grew up, women, this how do you feel, this is how when you feel, and he was more so like, nah, ABC equals D, you know what I'm saying? And it might not be right, but today it is because that's what my brain said. Like, you know what I'm saying? So either both of them is crazy because they're air, and majority of the crazy people are air. But you know, you could tell the tactics between one being ruled by Venus and the other one being ruled by Mercury, definitely. Um, but yeah, so that is all Libra air energy. You guys coming into that space of success and achievement, and you know, in that space of society as well, and feeling that love moving out of you. I know you feel that North Node moving back and forth. So sometimes you come into the space of comfortability and then it get rips out of you. Then you come in comfortability, and if that's dealing with your relationships with other people, I'm telling y'all, let them people go. Let them motherfuckers go. Okay? Like, stop letting who and such come back into your life because it brings back that comfortability. Because that ain't nothing but the South Node moving back and forth, playing with you. And so, nah, we're not going to keep doing that. Now, when we get into the fixed air is my Aquarians. You guys got Pluto over there. Pluto is revealing a lot of stuff to you, the way a lot of people feel, how they think. You know, a transformation of power is happening heavy with the Aquarius energy. Um, Aquarius energy is happening in the third house of community and communication, learning how to be stern, like focused amongst your flexibility and adaptability. But air can be a little difficult because you want to be everywhere all the time, and it feels intellectual, and you want to be in a bunch of communities, da, 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 but you also want to be to yourself to an extent at the same time. Also focusing on interpersonal relationships, bonds, and contracts. Next week, I need to focus on getting my internet. I'm back. Can you guys feel me again? Um, the first like 10 degrees of Aquarius is focused on like those transformations, and it's also focused on empowerment of, you know, your second house, what you value, you know, what you prioritize, that balance between the material world and the spiritual world. So if you have like any type of planetary placement within those first 10 degrees of Aquarius, you guys feel that Pluto and first house very heavy. um so transformations in your materials, engaging in power tensional with the kind of relationships you put yourself in. Like, no more relationships that exist just because they exist. They have to be beneficial. They're not about, like, you know, it can be a little unfocused if you guys aren't really channeling that energy to my Aquarian babies. Now, when we get into the mutable air, Gemini air, um, Gemini, you guys got some heavy planets over there. Well, you got the moon and Jupiter. That's fun. Um, you know, Jupiter is really in Taurus on the constellations of the things, but it is sitting there bringing expansion, joy, generosity. So again, we have another experience here that could have air, but utilize that. That could be, you know, irritating too. We have a lot. We have the air houses sitting in the air zodiacs. If you guys see the pattern of it, and so that expands the air a lot, a lot, a lot. But heavy on the intellect, though. Heavy on the intellect. You guys just gotta find some like really strong grounding. But yeah, the interpersonal relationships and the bonds and contracts, getting a little clicky in your community, definitely help you out. You will find these interpersonal relationships in your communities. You know what I'm saying? Jupiter finally went prograde, so there's a lot of movement and action, you know, sitting there for you to do so. Being more optimistic, being more philanthropic and utopian in your space will help you gravitate to the community members that you're supposed to in your community, you know, in the spaces that you're at. Everybody can't go. Be a little decisive. Make some decisions, y'all. I know it's going to be difficult in those air placements, but it's not going to hurt nothing to be a little decisive. We have the moon giving you introspection over there with Jupiter today, hopefully providing a little bit of slowdown and grounding to that Jupiter being over there in the seventh house in Gemini, because I know that could be a whole lot. But I really want you guys to find some still grounding because that could be like everywhere. So yeah, but you know, being in fixed air. Yeah, that's the only planetary placement I see for y'all is the fixed air, having Pluto. And oh yeah, Jupiter. I just said Jupiter too. So let me pull these cards for y'all so I can give you guys your collective reading. So overall, the overall theme of you guys reading is acceptance. Acceptance of certain things that are in your space right now. We have it on a 44, so that's double the stability, because 4 is a number of stability. But you want to focus on your Neptune placement. So acceptance of the spiritual realm, being more methodical with that rat theory. The rat is always planning and organizing and plotting and shit. You know, um, you have the mountains there. But Valerian root rules over the mindset and the thought process. So having a sense of boundaries and groundedness there is heavy for you, air babies. 10 of Cups, like I said, you guys are focusing on your interpersonal relationships and your bonds amongst the community. You know what I'm saying? Having that other person there to help you out, to help you be more decisive and make decisions. But you guys have to be more decisive and make decisions in the space. I feel this card heavy for my Aquarian placement, that fixed air energy, and having that Scorpio in the second house. So finding that power couple energy is heavy there too. And for my Libras, since you guys focus on interpersonal relationships, y'all got to get out of what's been comfortable for you, as that South Node keeps coming back and forth between Libra and Virgo on the tropical and Vedic chart. You guys got to get out of that comfort zone. And Lilith made a whole turn, a whole 30-degree situation inside of your zodiac, but Lilith is still in your constellation. So the energy exchanges. Do some things that are outside of what you guys are used to. Oh, I'm a horse too, Kayshawn. Hey, next year is our year. You ready? I can't wait. We out here. Um, but yeah, you guys focusing on that power couple. You'll find air energy out here is looking to find their person. It's time for y'all to find y'all person, and it's time to find y'all people. We have the Four of Pentacles because they're going to help you bring that stability, that wealth, all those things to your space. You got the air card. Y'all been walking around acting like a little fool, like a little baby, but God protects fools and babies. You know what I'm saying? So y'all been divinely protected along the way, but I know y'all feeling like I need more personification of this. So if y'all find an air baby, that air baby is ready to get married tomorrow. You hear me? They are not playing, and they're aligned with the Ketters and the Chokma. So this is more so aligned with that Jupiter that's over there in the seventh house in Gemini, right? Because Chokma is Jupiter. We have Gemini energy. With the full heavy, but yeah. And then Ketters is Aquarius energy as well. Expansion, being optimistic, trust, being more trusting when you guys are finding this space or whatever. Perception in your heart chakra is a big one too. How you've been perceiving things. But again, coming into that trust, a lot of your perceptions come from a sense of distrust, and especially my fixed air, that is, you want to be on the we in society, but you still be stuck on that me, on the I, and that could be Gemini too. Gemini and Libra, they be on that we shit, but then when it suits them, it's like, oh no, me, I, what I want. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's that Venusian inner fish or it's that two-faced Gemini, you know what I'm saying? So coming into that space of both. Innocent girl on the 3, you know, um, for my, I guess this is for whoever is attracted to the women's, out here or whatever. But your air energy coming into that feminine energy, whether you're the one exuberating this innocent energy that you want to give off to other people, or other people, bringing it to you. Hey Valerie, peace to the goddess. um but yeah, for my air energies, you guys are definitely looking for a partner. You have to learn how to accept, where you're at in your space, and learn the different traits. Again, for you guys, when you come into creating that law of 10, of the classroom rules, the oral rules of somebody entering your space, keep those and apply those when you guys are dating. Learn how to date. Don't just run into a relationship and try to say, all right, I'm gonna sit in this vessel, this is where I'm gonna be at. No, date first before you start bringing somebody all the way in your space. But I know y'all is craving for that companionship, and y'all deserve that, and go for it. And don't be worried about what other people say when they say, oh, she with this person, he with that person, they because you're dating, you're vetting. And but at some point in time, come up to a decision. stay grounded in that decision and learn how to work on that relationship with that person. Make sure that person abides by your classroom rules, and make sure you abide by theirs too. Don't be over there trying to twist and mentally manipulate and pull your swords out and start slicing at their boundaries and how they do things and stuff like that too. That's not your business. And if it doesn't align with what you got going on and that's a deal breaker, then let it break the deal. It, Stop trying to move people around. You know what I'm saying? Um, Miguel wanted to date me, but I'm comfortable because he's a family friend. If he's a family friend and you're uncomfortable, I wouldn't. I mean, if you feel uncomfortable, speak to your lack of comfortability. What about it makes you uncomfortable? Yeah, like Grammar said, court him for a bit. Yeah, court him for a bit. You got to get down to the root chakra of what makes that feel uncomfortable, because for some people it would make them more comfortable to date somebody that's a family friend, because it would be like, my family already likes you. You know what I'm saying? They already know you. It's already cool. But all right, last but certainly not least, let's get to my Earth babies. So my cardinal Earth, you guys are Capricorns, right? Wherever Capricorn is at in your chart, doesn't matter. Pull out your chart and look at your placements. Like I said, I like to get into the progress chart, but you guys can get into your natal as well. Um, so as far as Capricorn goes, we have that sitting in the second house. So that taking initiatives all up in the wealth. We need the business, we need the love, we need the relationships, we need Capricorn energy want it all. We manifesting it all at the same time. Okay. I fucks with it. Having that balance of the material and the non-material, the wealth and the emotions. That's how we starting off in the earth energy. Like, it's time to manifest both of them. We need a balance. This is what we doing. This is where we at. All right. I love that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Remember that Pluto is sitting over there in y'all constellations, giving y'all the empowerment. So make sure that where your earth is, on the Vedic chart as well, that you are going for couples and relationships and bonds and contracts that are going to empower you. I know we like to do favors and we want to help people out because I got it. I know how to do it. And I see you ain't got it. You don't know how to do shit. But nah, we're not going to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not helping you. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, they're going to have to find their person, or they're going to have to get into partnership with you. Like, oh, you want to keep coming and taking from me? This is what I need you to do. You know what I'm saying? That way I could feel like I'm really getting my shit back. You know what I'm saying? And it's not so much as being transactional and stuff like that, but like some of y'all know y'all been handing out a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be like, okay, are we a power couple? Because you got your hand out a lot and I've been empowering you a lot more than a couple. You know what I'm saying? So what we gonna do with this? Um, but yet, so with Pluto sitting over there in that space, a lot of transformations, a lot of secrets coming out. Also on a happening type of space, we see that happening in the government, the spaces of authority, transformations and empowerment in that space of authority. For the whoever was last shall be first, and who's first shall be last. That pendulum is swinging with Pluto sitting over there in that Capricorn constellation as well. So being mindful of that, and also to remind you that it's all happening in the second house. So this is the house of that balance between wealth and emotions. You know what I'm saying? The fixed earth energy is of course Taurus, bringing us into that space of beauty. What we value, what we prioritize, wealth and business, and aesthetics and our romantic self. And so Taurus is sitting between the sixth and the fifth house. So sixth house is that health, wellness, daily routine. So having a sense of moral and integral code with how you balance these things. Again, y'all need to make those laws and those rules too, of not just how other people are going to behave, but how y'all need to start behaving. Because sometimes some Taurus placements will go through like crazy means to have things. You know what I'm saying? And hold on a second, y'all. Blowing me. Sometimes Taurus energy will go through like outstanding means to obtain physical things or to obtain love. Sometimes they will like go all out, color all out the lines to the point where they're being lawless and unlawful, or y'all holding on to the material things too much and y'all don't realize y'all messing up y'all relationships while doing so, or y'all holding on too much to y'all emotions and y'all realize that it's preventing y'all from getting to the bag. You know what I'm saying? So get out of your way in those realms of things. Again, not only just make a law for yourself, but I mean, don't only just make for a law for other people around you, but make something for yourself. You need your own boundaries too, because y'all be doing too much sometimes, and you know it. You be putting up with too much. You be acting too crazy and out of bounds and doing all that extra stuff. We don't like that. We don't like that. And Uranus was over there and has been over there since 2019, giving y'all the progressive pushes that y'all need and y'all thought process with these tangible things, with these emotional things. And hopefully y'all been listening and paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Because it's here to, push you and strengthen you to where you said you wanted to be. You said you wanted a balance. You know what I'm saying? You said you wanted these things. And you're not exhibiting the behaviors that's showing, hey, I really want these things. And Uranus is pushing you. Uranus is making its way to the mutable energy. It's now in the degree of 23. However, never forget, Uranus is just now entering the Taurus constellation not too long ago, if it even happened yet. So sometime this month, Uranus does enter the Taurus constellation. So we're just not getting into the happenings of the actual progressive pushes. So just like when I'll be talking about at the beginning of March last year, no, at the beginning of March in 2019, Uranus entered Taurus zodiac. Our mindset on money changed immediately. By the end of that month, we was in quarantine. We had PPP loans. We was getting unemployment. We was making money on the internet. People were working from home. People had new hustles. There was new scams out, new schemes out. The G4 boys came out. It was great. You know what I'm saying? So when Uranus enters Taurus on the Vedic chart, way more events will be happening with the disperse of monetary things and what wealth is and what it looks like, as well as love. Some of y'all was out here having quarantine babies. That's wild. I'm glad I marked myself safe from that shit, because what the fuck? Y'all was out here getting married and having babies because we was in quarantine. Life is never that hard. I wasn't doing none of that shit. I just keep attracting the men that was, and I'm like, ew, stay away from me. Them the kind of decisions you make. uh, I play, but not really. Um, my Venus is in Virgo. I'm very picky, very picky, and very observant. But yeah, so yeah, Uranus is over there providing the progressive pushes. We also have Jupiter over there, and the Taurus constellation as well, giving that expansion and abundance and optimism. So while you guys are experiencing those progressive pushes, you should be using that Taurus energy in the constellation to give you guys that insight, that wisdom from the oracle and sages, saying, hey, this is why this is happening. It's okay. This is why this is happening. This is all part of the bigger thing. We're having joy. We're happy. It's a good time. We love it here. All that fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it steal your joy away. Hey, made it just in time. I'm about to clock out over here on TikTok. Um, and then like I said, we have the no no yeah, we have the moon and Jupiter over there in the Taurus constellation. So on the happenings of Taurus, we have that introspection of Jupiter. So hopefully you guys tapping in here today is giving you guys that introspection with the moon and Jupiter sitting in the Taurus constellation. While Uranus is entering in it slowly and surely. Like, y'all ready for the progressive pushes? I hope y'all using this Jupiter and moon to let y'all know. Hopefully y'all using Sunshine's words to let y'all know. um then we get into the mutable earth, one of my faves, that Virgo energy. Virgo is actually on the MC line. So having a sense of, organization, scheduling, listening and learning, teaching and speaking, tapping into the moral integral code, doing these laws, scheduling yourself a little bit more, tapping into your ability to harvest, manifest, and evoke things into your space. All this is going to lead you to success. The 10th house is the Capricorn energy of success and achievements, and how you want to be seen in this space. And we all like to be seen cool, calm, and collected. We also have the fortune energy there right now, which is pretty interesting. And we also have the South Node, which likes to go back and forth between Virgo and Libra energy. So that comfort self of our intellectual space. Don't get fooled by that comfort zone. Don't get fooled by it. We do have the ninth house happening there. So that expansion, that abundance, that wisdom from the oracle on stage. So it's not always just about book smarts and can you regurgitate a textbook? Can you regurgitate what somebody else wrote? So it's like, it's crazy because it's like you can you can praise somebody for writing a book from their thoughts, from their spirit, from their downloads, from their experiences. But then people of today is like, can you regurgitate that book? If you can't regurgitate, quote, or cite that book, then you're not smart enough. But wait a minute, that person didn't. They just wrote that book. You know what I'm saying? So, having that sense of expanded realization when it comes to intellect, like, it's not just about regurgitating and citing books, it's about experience. What are you experiencing? What are you allowing yourself to experience? Do you honor your experiences? Are you utilizing them as sources of wisdom and intellect? Or are you just like, oh, whatever, fuck the experiences and the wisdom that I'm getting, or whatever, whatever, it's not good enough. Like, be mindful of that, because you're projecting that on other people too. Lilith is my fortune space, I think. Oh, cool. So you being the rebel. You riding in on that big black horse. That's where the fortune comes from. That's fire. That's dope. But yeah, so we do have the fortune happening there, Virgo. We have that ninth house of Jupiter energy and that 10th house of Saturn energy. So again, you guys, Capricorn energy, you guys are, focused on that balance between the physical and the non-physical, whether it's Capricorn over there in that second house, dealing with love and wealth, or you have Taurus, the space of beauty, dealing with that sixth house energy, organizing myself and stuff like that. You also have the DC line happening in Taurus as well. Um, which is having that balance between the physical and non-physical. So a lot of balancing happening here, between the emotional, the tangible, and the intangible. I'm saying you have the fifth house there, which is how I feel. And then you have the sixth house there is what I harvest, what I manifest. And then even over in Virgo, you have the ninth house is my wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And then you have the 10th house is, my strength, my challenges. So you have that alignment between what I know and what I experience, what I feel and what I think, you know what I'm saying? Material, non-material, tangible and intangible. So you guys finding a balance, organizing yourself, tapping into that morning tarot code, heavy here. Um, and really focusing on your heart chakra. To my earth babies, focus on your heart chakra. That's heavy here too. So for the theme of you guys reading, maybe that's why she's my favorite. Yeah, I would dig more into her, do some invocations with her. You guys want to focus on your Neptune placement, which is your dreamy self, your Pluto placement, your space of empowerment, transformation, and your Mercurian placement, your moral and integral code, your routines. So those are the three spaces, empowering yourself and applicating that spiritual energy into your daily routines, and what you know. You are a conduit, okay? To my earth babies, you guys are the conduit. You guys are the in between of all these things, between the dream world and the reality world, between thinking and feeling. So that's where you guys come into play, wherever earth is in on your chart. Page of Wands, you guys are the writers and the creators of the actions that take place, the harvesting. Your ability to harvest and manifest brings things into action and fruition. Nine of Wands. Okay, so we on the wands. We about that action, baby. You know what I'm saying? Nine of Wands can also bring you to a space of like, some of the trials and tribulations and stuff is coming to a space of completion. Some of the cycles that you guys have been dealing with, because I know earth babies, you guys cycles have not been the easiest to deal with lately. A lot of challenges coming into your space, whether you're coming from that Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo space, and we're coming to the end of that. We're completing that. Remember, you are the writer of all of it. This was again Uranus. Like, bro, this is what you said you wanted. This is what you said you harvested. Let Jupiter and the moon give you that introspection. Like, oh, you're right. I did say I wanted to have this like kind of lifestyle, and I wanted to do these kind of things. It's just not coming to me in the way that I thought it would. I thought it was gonna come to me in roses and butterflies. This shit hard. Like, yeah, it is. See, not everything is supposed to come easy here. You know what I'm saying? It will come with ease, you know what I'm saying? But with ease and easy are two different ballparks, you know what I'm saying? Um, as far as the parts of yourself to focus on, you guys want to focus on your ketters. You want to focus on how you're absorbing the light and how you're pushing it out, because you are the conduit. So how you're absorbing, that auric body out there, and how you're putting it out into the universe, how you're putting it out into your reality, and how you speak, how you learn, coming into the fact that you're that page of wands. You're the writer of how you're pushing that light out. You're the one that comes into realization that the snake is there or that it's not there or whatever. That's all on you. You know what I'm saying? Expansion to your throat chakra, expansion to what you invoke. That again, once again, that connection between the spiritual and the physical, that what I feel and what I think, my knowing and my experiences, all those different things like that. But allow that Jupiter and that moon today over there And Taurus constellation provide you with the expansion that you desire and deserve. Uranus over there giving you the progressive pushes towards that space of expansion that you deserve. You know, all those different things like that is happening for you. Enjoy it. And that's the thing. Enjoy it. Are you enjoying it? It's like you're on a roller coaster and you sat in line this whole time to get on a roller coaster to not enjoy the roller coaster. You've been crying this whole fucking time. This is what you said you wanted. Now put your hands in the air and scream happily. um, and as far as the sway goes, this is what I was talking about. That Taurus placement. Be mindful of how y'all are obtaining and maintaining those physical things in y'all space, because some of y'all is not being morally in tune, and that's why that Taurus energy is probably over there on that descendant line too. When you get to the end of it, you begin on the 5 and 6, and you end on that seventh line over there in Taurus, because you're being confident and courageous. You have the schedule and stuff, but I want y'all to be moral. Be integral. Don't be greedy. Of course, we want everything all at once. You know what I'm saying? But that's not real life. There's no two things can stay in the same place at the same time. So certain things got to go for certain things to be in that space. And you have to ask yourself, well, what things am I willing to let go of to have the things that I want? Don't be greedy. Because while you're being greedy, you're also taking away from someone sitting in that space that you don't even want to be in anymore. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that when you're obtaining your things and what you're manifesting and what you're harvesting in your space. What do you want? Where do you want? While you're creating those laws for other people in your space, you create those laws for yourself, and keep into a mindset of what kind of experiences do I want to have? Where do I want to be right now? It might not be where you want to be later on. You might have an order of operation. Like, I want to be over here for this, and then later on, I want to go over there for that, and I'm going to do this over here for this, and do over there for that. And that's cool. Do it that way if that's how that's how it feels comfortable to do it. But, just be mindful of when you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You could be expanded without being greedy, remember, you guys are the conduit, you guys are the middle ground. So, you might find yourself coming into a space where people are calling on you for mediation, meditation, mediumship, or whatever, or, harvesting, invoking, and, um, all those different things, because people know you have the power of taking that light and bringing it into the physical, because that's what Earth does. That's what Saturn does. It brings the discipline of the wisdom. It brings the limitations and the restrictions to the wisdom for it to come into the physical. That's what Taurus does. It makes things pretty and it brings things to the space. That's what Virgo does. It harvests and it invokes. You know what I'm saying? It is the conduit. So, that's what I got for y'all today. That's what I got for, my 4 elements. You guys have your elemental readings for today. And as I get into my schedule and the transformations of it and all that stuff like that, I will, y'all know I'm an earth sign through and through, as far as my birth chart goes. I'm starting to get more into the water and stuff like that. So I'm starting to flow a little better. So when I tell you, so it's kind of like affecting my ability to schedule a little bit. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I got a lot of, all my Virgo placements are now in Scorpio. And the moon just goes where it goes. It depends on what day it is. But yeah, I'm officially a Scorpio stellium. It's Scorpio and Capricorn. So I'm learning how to flow with this energy, and not be so meticulous and things like that with the things. So as I do that, my schedule might be a little bit all over the place, so you guys might have to catch me where y'all catch me. But if you would like a personal reading, yeah, like Keishawn put below, thank you so much. You guys can reach out to me, lesnobodies@gmail.com. I do numerology readings, tarot readings, astro chakra readings, where I'll take your astrology charts and put them in your chakra placements. Okay, welcome to the dark side, right? Welcome. uh, I'm a little fearful. I don't really have a good track record with Scorpios. So I can only imagine how this energy is gonna go. Yeah, so you guys can reach out to me there. For the readings, I also do consultations. My first consultation is free. Um, and I do not just time readings, but I can also do ongoing, therapy sessions. Cosmic Nobody's University is underway. I am doing free energy awareness courses. Right now, the next one is March 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys would like to RSVP to that one, it is Linktree/lesnobodies. How you see that written there. That is my Linktree page as well. Um, You guys can RSVP to the energy awareness course. And, if you guys are interested in investing in the Cosmic Nobodies University, we'll get into the other master classes that I had taught during there. And then you also have access to interpersonal readings every month, as well as, clarity clarity sessions between me and you, and you get to be a part of a community of other people that are learning the things with you, and it's fun there. So that's what I have happening. And so if you guys are interested in any of the things, whether it's the one-on-one readings, the one-on-one clarity therapy sessions, or the Cosmic Nobodies University, Knowledge Keepers Club is the book club that I have brewing. Well, it is here. We are finishing up the last book and starting the next one. If you guys want to join me later on today to read Sephra Yetzirah, you guys can follow me on Facebook or TikTok, Sunshine Monie L. And if you guys are in the New Jersey area, I will be performing in Trenton, New Jersey, this Friday, on State Road. I think it's 428 State Road. It's open mic night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You guys can pull up on me. I'll also be performing next week on March 15th in Washington, D.C. And then March 22nd, I'll be performing in North Carolina. So, in Charlotte. So, any of those three places. And I believe the weekend after that, I'll be performing in Philadelphia. So, we got a nice little March tour happening on the weekends. So, if you guys are interested in engaging in any of that, feel free to reach out, and I can give you guys the details for that. I appreciate y'all for tapping in and aligning with me and sitting with me. I deeply appreciate you, K. Sean, for tapping in and doing what you do over there in the comments. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. Happy Thursday. Happy day of 9. Enjoy these 9s. It's a great day.